Hello history buffs, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back to the 16th century to uncover the story of a ruler who, while often overshadowed by his famous brother, was a master of politics and finance in his own right. We're talking about Ferdinand I, a key architect of the powerful Habsburg dynasty. So grab your cup of tea and let's dive into the fascinating world of Renaissance Europe. Ferdinand I was born in 1503, the younger brother of the mighty Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, while Charles was busy managing a global empire spanning from Spain to the Americas. Ferdinand was tasked with a challenge of his own, securing the Habsburg heartland in Central Europe. This wasn't just a side job. It was a critical mission that would define the future of the continent. But how did he do it? Well, it wasn't just about battles and royal decrees. A huge part of Ferdinand's success story lies in his incredible understanding of money and power. To truly understand Ferdinand's rise, we need to introduce another major player, the Fugger family. Think of them as the Wall Street of the 16th century. Based in Augsburg, Jakob Fugger, also known as Jakob the Rich, and his nephew Anton Fugger ran one of the most powerful banking houses in history. Their wealth was staggering, and they financed kings, popes, and, most importantly for our story, emperors. The Habsburgs' imperial ambitions were incredibly expensive. Wars, administration, and even the election for the title of Holy Roman Emperor required vast sums of money. Where did that money come from? A significant portion was loaned from the Fuggers. The relationship between Ferdinand and the Fuggers was a perfect example of mutual benefit. The Fuggers provided the cash that fueled Habsburg power, and in return, the Habsburgs granted them lucrative mining rights, trade monopolies, and political protection. For instance, the silver and copper mines in Tyrol and Hungary, which Ferdinand came to control, were often leased to the Fugger family. This constant flow of capital allowed Ferdinand to build a stable financial base for his territories in Austria, Bohemia, and Hungary. It was a classic case of it takes money to make money, and Ferdinand mastered this game. He wasn't just a ruler, he was a CEO managing the finances of his growing domain with a banker's acumen. But money alone doesn't secure a kingdom. Ferdinand was also a shrewd diplomat. The Holy Roman Empire at the time was a complex patchwork of hundreds of semi-independent states, prince-bishoprics, and free cities. The Protestant Reformation, initiated by Martin Luther, had thrown another massive wrench into the works, dividing the German princes along religious lines. Ferdinand, a devout Catholic, had to navigate this treacherous political landscape, while his brother Charles V often took a hardline stance against the Protestant princes. Ferdinand recognized the need for compromise and strategic alliances. He understood that he couldn't rule effectively by force alone. Instead, he worked to build relationships with key German princes, both Catholic and Protestant. He engaged in constant negotiations, attended imperial diets, and used marriage politics to his advantage. His own marriage to Anna of Bohemia and Hungary was a strategic masterstroke that eventually brought those kingdoms under Habsburg rule. He balanced his loyalty to his Catholic faith and his emperor brother with the practical need to maintain peace and stability within the empire. This pragmatic approach was crucial. It allowed him to consolidate his power base in Austria and the surrounding lands, creating a solid and defensible territory that would become the core of the future Austro-Hungarian Empire. It was this combination of financial savvy and political pragmatism that truly set Ferdinand apart. While Charles V was dealing with conflicts in Spain, the Netherlands, and Italy, Ferdinand was meticulously building a stable and prosperous state in Central Europe. He centralized the administration, reformed the legal system, and created a more efficient government in his hereditary lands. He established governing councils in Vienna, like the Privy Council and the Court Treasury, which became the models for modern bureaucracy. This wasn't as glamorous as winning a major battle, but it was arguably more important for the long-term survival and prosperity of the Habsburg dynasty. When Charles V, worn out by decades of constant warfare, abdicated in 1556, the vast Habsburg Empire was split. His son Philip II inherited Spain and its overseas colonies, while Ferdinand finally became Holy Roman Emperor, solidifying his control over the Austrian lands. This division was a testament to Ferdinand's success. He had carved out his own powerful domain from within the larger empire, proving himself to be far more than just the emperor's little brother. His reign as emperor was marked by his continuing efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the religious conflicts. The Peace of Augsburg in 1555, which allowed princes to choose the religion of their domain, was a landmark achievement that Ferdinand helped to uphold, bringing a temporary end to the religious wars in Germany. So, what is Ferdinand I's ultimate legacy? He is the true founder of the Austrian Habsburg line, a dynasty that would dominate Central Europe for centuries. His careful management of the Fugger loans, his strategic alliances with German princes, and his administrative reforms created a powerful and resilient state. He demonstrated that in the complex world of 16th century politics, a well-managed treasury and a willingness to negotiate could be just as powerful as a large army. Ferdinand I showed that a throne is not just built on steel, but also on silver, strategy, and sheer administrative skill. He is a pivotal figure who truly shaped the map of Central Europe as we know it. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the life of Ferdinand. The first is a reminder that sometimes the most influential figures in history aren't the ones with the flashiest stories. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next historical adventure. Let us know in the comments which historical figure you'd like to see us cover next. Until then, stay curious.